should it should fix it. And yes, I believe that has made some effect. And yes, Gumby has left us out of sheer boredom, as I will not hand him over the microphone so he can talk. But unfortunately, which might come to a shock to you, but Gumby can't talk. He's just a bundle of clay with people running around him, making him move, and some fuckhead talking at the same time, which... And yes, there was Gumby talking just then, yes. And I believe he's leaving now to go down to Studio 3 to shoot the new children's film, I don't know, but hey, the day that, I don't know. And I must comment on the, once again comment on the poor censorship that, oh yes, and we happen to have a female stripper on the boat there, who seems to be moving her arms in union and is about to take off her dress. But unfortunately we cannot show you this, so we've had to, at a later date, draw a dress over her, which is being computer enhanced, as you can tell, as her tits sort of hang in a really weirdo way, and it looks very disgusting. And we have just turned the sound up a bit there, and I shall now commentate. Oh, what a beautiful flip by Honda. Honda's been working on that for some time now. And I have been deafened by the massive speakers in here, and I can barely talk because of the damn sound in a commentary position. I thought this was a sound buffered room, but I am wrong, as I can barely hear myself think. And yes, young Stephen, no. And Stephen Hawking has left, as he has now lost concentration, and now has to go back to 72 quintillion billion decimal points, as he's forgot the last couple thousand, which I don't think makes much of a difference since he's that far anyway. And yes, he still has not come to a conclusion. And oh no, Honda is coming up to fight now. And yes, we shall have some guest speakers in soon, and who is coming in now? Yes, and Michael Javinsky is in. Yes, the son of the great Javinsky, as we know, the composer, and he has come in today to talk about his new hobby, building model steamships, particularly the paddle model of the pioneer days around the Murray of Australia. And whoa, hear that crowd roar, yes. And Don Watts is playing with the switching board once again, which I find very unsavoury. and yes, Honda seems to be kicking some ass here. And we shall be switching over to Michael Javinsky. Oh, and well, that's all we get out of Michael Javinsky, as he knows very little English. And we shall be, and we are willing for any interpreters of his local language, which I don't know what he is, to ring up on 008 038 050. And we will employ their services. That's 008 038 050. 008 038 5 now. Do you want more? God, that's damn loud. Now listen to this, this will really blow your ears out. Oh ho ho, and a cry of cheer from Don Watts, who was just won a considerable sum of money off that last bout. And we shall be now moving up in the world, as Honda goes to take the championship and prove that sumo wrestlers are the dominant species on this planet. He personally believes that the Anglo-Saxon view of the Aryan race is a complete load of shit, and fat, ugly people like himself will one day rule the world. Which personally I find a bit of a load of shit, but hey, this is a democratic society. Even if we are in Las Vegas, we must respect his views. And I believe that Zangief has defected from his country when he was in America fighting Ken, and he has defected, and this is a great turnaround for the Street Fighter 2 Championship, as of next year Zangief will actually be fighting for America, unless of course he's kidnapped and forced back to his home country, which I seem fairly unlikely at the time, but we must never underestimate the powers of the KGB. That ruthless bunch of people, the KGB. Yes, I have been brainwashed by American propaganda for their cause in the Cold War, yes. And what is happening over Championship Manager? Not much, apparently. There's not much happening. And how far in the season are we? We are... What? We're 2 weeks in the season, and there seems to be not much happening. And we're currently undergoing a game where nothing much is happening, as I cannot see the game in action. I am only reading statistics of a very impressive computer which has got the statistics beamed in from Europe via 4 satellites linked up in a union. And Tony Trabbit has had a motorcycle accident and will be admitted to hospital. Where's Ben now? Where's Ben now? Where's Ben now? He's gone home. And I believe that Tony Trabbit should be joining us soon, as he'll probably get sick of my voice. And yes, those young Spanish dancers in their usual attire of that weirdo dress. And yes, we had some Spanish young prime male folk engaged in tomfoolery. And a few mastodons as well. And yes, I believe those Spanish girls give really good head. And here's Tony Trabbit. He's actually come from the Spa country and has... Whose car? Whose car? Who was it? Oh yes, and there be some unwavering here, as we're talking about a car, which is not exactly the best topic. And Don Watts has just said fuck for the 255th time, which is actually a very, which to all you computer-oriented people out there know, is the utmost binary number in a 8-bit system. Okay. And I believe that Ralph Harris will be joining us later on, who shall be playing the wobble board to the theme song of Happy Days. And he will be joined with members of Motley Crue as they do the theme song to Happy Days for a reunion. And we have a request here from... Oh yes, and I've just got the middle up-pointed finger, which means to all those people out there who don't know, fuck off. So I shall take the hint and will not request his presence. And I believe that's... and yes, we have a tarot card reader in the commentary position at the moment, and Don Watts happens to be engaged in tarot card reading to find out his future. And apparently he will die within the next week at midnight. I'm sorry, but Don's contract has now been cancelled, and his insurance rating has just dropped down to a measly 0.1% in the result of his tarot card reading, which indicates that he will die tomorrow night. And yes, I just been indicated that I talk absolute shit. I have just been decimated for my woeful attempts at commentating, which I admit are pretty bad. And